So today, what exactly we are going to discuss is the extension of this last two sessions. Okay, so we are going to brief in the discuss about the pass module. Okay, so that we talked about last two sessions, but today, whatever we deployed in a GUI method and the Visual Studio Code by using of the shell command and all, right? So that we already did. Okay, so by using of the Visual Studio, and we are using this code deployment of in the shell command. Okay, so PowerShell commands. So now today, what exactly we are going to discuss detailed information of the theoretical part. Okay, so since we have started this platform as a service, okay, so it is purely for managed services scope, okay, which is going to how if you can compare this on-premises environment, okay. So this is our platform as a service provider from the Microsoft end. So we just need to have some things, okay. In on-premises you are going to do entire thing, either the backup, restore, monitoring and patching, okay. So everything you have to do. When you go for the cloud vendor, the underlying availability backup, okay, so patching related and the scaling, I mean to say that we are going to scale up vertically, right? If you are going to, if you have the servers, the performance is going to have occurring. So what we are going to do, we are going to increase your CPU memory kind of thing, okay. Even OS related patching, virtualization, sometime you are going to extend one more server, so hardware capabilities of the data center manager. These are the things that backend Microsoft, Azure is going to take and go, since we have chosen this platform as a service. Okay. Now the data and the application is basically, okay, so the data and application you need to take care of, okay. So you are inserting the data, okay, so that data you are going to take, or you are going, it will comes into the application. And so these are the two things that you need to concentrate, rest of the things you don't need to concentrate, okay. So this is the main core on this platform as a service. Need to remember why we are going to choose that one. Okay, now I'm just navigating to the few of the things that I want to discuss. Okay, so if you remember, okay, so we just discussed about free trial subscription to create. Okay, it is a simple and a straightforward. Okay, so and database creation, okay, so and the resource group creation, okay, so logical SQL server creation, okay, so connecting of your PowerShell, and we connected from the SSMS and the database also. And we are going to discuss about today the on-premises and the Azure SQL database related, okay. And something we just related to compare part of this deployment and all. We'll see this properties and a few of the commands into the cloud, okay, Azure SQL. So let's navigate first in the portal, okay, so that we'll get some idea on what exactly we are going to perform in this context, okay. So we are have in the portal end, okay. So in this portal you'll see if you're already existing resources is already there, okay, which can able to see here, okay. Since I once after the deployment has done, I did some sort of things to remove all the resources. So so I am not going to do anything of manually. So since we are already have some thing to do, deploy this thing, okay, so I'm just going to use this uh, uh, code to deploy this complete infrastructure, okay. So before going to deploy this one, you need to have some the resource group, right? So just deploy the resource group, okay. So this is a resource group that we are going to deploy. Okay, so once after the deployment has done, we'll focus on this, what are the point that we discussed here. Okay, so we're focusing on these points actually. And one by one, what are the options we have, that also we are going to exploring it. Okay, so these are the two commands that I'm going to execute. Okay, See, yesterday we talked about the code manipulation, right? So as of now, if you could see the server name, okay, if you could see the server name, this is the server name, right? CP SQL SRV prod, you can see, okay? So you can able to change this one actually, okay? The existing code is showing something like this, but you can able to change this code as per our requirement. Okay, let's say I want to change this one. Okay, so something like demo, okay, SQL SRV one. Okay, I can able to change this one, and even if you want to change your database name also, you can change it. Okay, so which is going to showing West US, right? I can change this East US as well. So you can manipulate and change it, and you can do. I'm just saving this template here. Okay, I want to do this deployment, and prior to that, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to um, uh, do some validation of this template. Okay, so before going to do, okay, yeah, just validation doing this template. If at all, if something, yeah, this is valid template only, so nothing is going to give. So what we can able to do, we are going to deploy this one in a same resource group. And okay, let me so before going to deploy, let's see this resource group is available or not. I could say this resource group here, which is already got deployed. That is a prerequisite when you're going to deploy by using of this, PowerShell code. It is a simple and straightforward instead of doing of all these things, right? So it is going to done here. Okay, so let it deploy that one. Okay, so now, as I said, last session itself, okay, there is a few things that I want to discuss after the connectivity of this Azure SQL. Okay, so as of now, we are only deploying, Azure SQL database. This is, singleton database. You may call it as, content database. Okay, so let me show you that. Okay, so what exactly it is. If you can see, okay, we are just focusing of this single database. Okay, so this is like content database kind of thing. If you are on premises, we are going to compare it, and it is isolated individual database. If you go for the elastic pool, that is a different approach. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to do this elastic pool related, but today still we have some sort of things to discuss on the singleton database related stuff. Okay, so that's what I'm just focusing on this. Okay, so let me deploy this one, and let me refresh. Once after this done, we'll just see this in options, how we can able to explore it. Okay, let it deploy, which is going to take some time. Okay, so meantime, we can take it up GUI method also, so that you'll get some idea of the singleton and whole database related, not this. Here, okay, so I'm just going reversal method. Okay, so let it deploy that one. Normally, the process of deployment is first you need to deploy a logical server. First, you need to deploy a logical server. Then after that, you are going to deploy a database server. So why I'm saying, okay, so let's say real time, what it is going to happen. Yeah.
Actually, what is the difference if we go for Azure SQL? There also we can create server and database, right?
Yes. That's what I'm going to, explain it at this moment. I'm focusing that. Okay. So use case is basically two things you can need to consider in here. Okay. You just newly joined person here. Okay. There is a environment is currently running in your uh, project or company that where you join. Okay. Last 3 4 days what we are doing, okay, simply we are taking the database and doing the deployment. Okay, so this is uh, new. Okay, setup. That's what I just stressed. Okay, so you are going to do the POC kind of thing. Okay, so then that is the case. Okay, you are more utilizing factor of doing of our last 2 days session. Okay, so what you are going to do entirely, you are focusing of along with the Azure SQL database. Okay, you are going to deploy. Okay, you are going to deploy Azure Logical Server, Azure SQL Server. Okay, so these two things you are going to do, right? So when this use case is basically, it is a first setup, new build setup, then you will go. Okay. So other aspect, this is you will get a chance, only 40% of the chance. Okay. This option to deploy. But 60% of the scope that what exactly you are going to do. Okay. So you have already the environment. Okay. So you have already the environment. You have resource groups and the database server and the databases also. Okay. G1. Okay. Your service is already, deployed somebody else in the previous project. Okay. So you are newly joined. You are going to work on that one now. Okay. This is my Azure SQL server. Okay. In this server, which is have already the databases itself, right? Okay. This is your server. Inside of the servers, you have the databases as well. Already existing two more databases. Okay. You have two more databases. Now, what I'm saying that, 60% of the task that we are going to do in the existing server, you will get a chance to work to deploy a new database. Okay. Now, this is the deployment part that we are going to do. Okay. This is a 40%, but 60% of the work that we are going to do here, existing database server end, you are going to work. 60% of the task will definitely get. How that it is going to work? One thing is deploy new database. Okay. Restore new database. Okay. Export database. Import database. Okay. Copy database. Migrate database. So these are the tasks that you are going to do if you are going to join, regular tasks, regular, activities that you are going to perform us. Okay. So deploying of straightforward databases, that is not, big deal, but the actual thing that what exactly you are going to do in a real time, this is a task that you are going to perform. Okay. Part of this, okay, since the database server, it is logical SQL server is already got deployed. Okay. And also you have uh, two databases inside of this server. Okay, you are going to add that one. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, I am going to use the existing logical SQL server instance. Okay, or else I can able to create new logical SQL server ends. Either the ways we will do now. Okay, now what I'm going to do, first case, take the existing logical SQL server instance and deploy the database. That is the first case that I am going to do now. Okay, what I'm going to do now, take existing AZ SQL server, okay, and deploy AZ SQL database. This is one case that we are going to do. Okay. The other thing, on fly both the things, whatever we are going to do last 2 days, that I'm not going to repeat again. Okay. Why? Because the task is now existing database that we are going to focus on. Right. And the next one is, okay, so use case 2, you can deploy individually. Okay. Case 1 is this, and case 2, what I'm going to do, case 2, deploy only Azure SQL Server, okay, and later deploy your database. Where it is going to get this option basically? When it is going to get? So your project got started, you build server, but you are waiting for the backup or the some database creation from your team. Okay, that is the case that this situation will get. Let's say you deployed both the together. What it is going to happen? What is the demerit of this one? You are going to pay completely both the things, right? You are going to pay both the things. Okay, if you deployed individually, you will pay only server, not for the databases. You deploying on-site both the database and the service, two services you are deploying. But when you are going to use this option, let's say sometime got delayed in providing of the backup and all, you will pay only for logical server, not for the databases. Okay, so let me use first use case. Okay, then after that we'll go for the use case 2. Okay, let me navigate to the portal first. Okay, so I think this deployment has done, so it is got succeeded. If you can see, the core thing that what you need to observe. Okay, I just modified this code. Okay, yesterday Srinath had asked can we use? Yes, definitely we can use. What is the use of this deployment is basically you can deploy parallelly. Okay, this is my window, right? I'll take this one more window. Okay, so adding of the window, I can deploy, change the code, and I can deploy it here. Okay, parallelly, if you want to deploy 100 servers. Okay, so in on-premises, do deploying of configuring of one SQL server, it will take 2 days, right? But assume that you required 20 servers within a 2 days. Okay, so which is going to take on premises a lot of time. But when it go for this cloud, it is a matter of 10 to 15 minutes only. Why? Because parallel you are going to execute. I just executed here, succeeded. Same code I'm going to execute it by my changing of this one. Okay, likewise you are going to save the time as well as the cost. Okay, so that is the most important which we need to understand. Let's go and see and refresh here. Okay, we could able to face that information of the resources that we deployed. See here, we have the server here. Okay, so database name and server name also we have. Okay, so let's go this server. Okay, so what exactly it is going to show, and the database name also we deployed here. Okay, so only for the CMC DB is there, and if you can go and see this server itself, we can able to see the server, both the things it is got deployed. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, let's go for this server first. Okay. So use case one, what we talked about just before, use case one. Take the existing Azure SQL and deploy the database. Deploy the database. Now what I'm going to do, okay, so since you have already the server, okay, in the server, just click on this logical server and go to the no. So just navigate to this logical SQL Server instance and go to the databases. Okay, in this server, you have one database, one database. Okay, so the connectivity we will see later part. Okay, so the use case one, I am going to explore it now. Either the ways you can able to do was, okay, either the ways you can able to do here. Okay, so let's say if I am going to click this one, it is going to show you, and I can go and overview option. Okay, see here there is an option called create a database. Create a database. Okay, so you can use this one, create a database in this server you want to create, right? So the other way, I'm just making this in a duplicate of browser. Okay, the other way we can able to add both the ways we can see. Okay, let's say this first option we can explore it, create a database. Create a database now, which is going to show you inheriting of hiding of your existing, since you already have the subscription and a server, only you are going to provide a database. Okay, I can call it as uh, test db1. Okay, boss, test db1. Okay, so scrolling down, I'm not going to take anything, just move. Okay, security, next, additional setting, just go to this additional setting. Since we don't have, we just need to wait 1 day so that we can, it is going to show. Simple click and review. Okay, one database is going to add in this logical SQL Server instance. So what I did is existing server I'm just using, and I added into this database. So it's a kind of restoration process. Normally in an additional setting, which is going to add, which is going to show the drop down list. If you have the existing backups is available, you can restore it, right? So this is one thing we are going to deploy. The other thing is that we need to talk about the here we have, right? So let it deploy, that is in process. I am not going to take the time which is going to deploy, no worry. As of now, the demo SQL SRV, we have one database, right? So after some time you could see the uh, one more database just before what we deployed, let's wait some time. Okay, it is in progress of deploying activity. Once it is done, it is going to show. Okay, meantime what I'm going to do, just go to this, click on create database. Okay, so you will go to SQL database end. Okay, so here I could see this normal window only. So what I'm going to do, okay, see here, you will see that, test db2. Okay, I'm just taking, see here, automatically it is showing you the two logical SQL Server instance. So why it is available in my portal, in my subscription end, that's what it is showing you, the two logical SQL Server instances. So where you want to deploy this one. Okay, so test db1, I just deployed uh, um, where I deployed. Yeah, it is done now. Okay. Uh, go to demo DB. Okay, so now you can see this two databases. Able to see two databases. Now the other way that I'm going to utilize, so demo DB SQL Server. If you want to deploy this one in a different logical instance, you can deploy, but I have this one. So nothing to do. Why? Because it is already provided. Simply click on create and review and it is going to create. So either the ways you are going to utilize this uh, process, the use case, real-time use case that we talked about. Okay, so that is two-way things that you are going to utilize this option. Okay, so uh, this is the task that you are going to performing the existing one related, because of you deployed new database, you restored. Okay, you can import and export. I will show that one. Copying your database, migrating of the data, these are the tasks that you are going to perform. That's what it will comes into the scope of around 60% of existing work that you are going to do. But completely both together, which is going to give greenfield setup, okay, which is startup, okay, you are going to utilize that one, then only you are going to do end-to-end deployment. But all the cases you are going to do this task only. Okay, now what I'm going to do now, okay, just navigate to this, let it deploy first of all this one. uh, Let's talk about the second option. The second option, okay. So the second option, what I'm going to do, only logical server instance I am going to deploy, not for the database. Okay, so how we can able to deploy that? How we can able to deploy that? Just go to this, go to this, uh, yeah, create one. Okay, so go to the database and here is, you'll see this, Azure SQL, Azure SQL database and Azure SQL. So click on this Azure SQL. Okay. So yeah, it is done now. If you could see this, two more databases which can able to see. So test DB1, test DB2. Okay. So both are got available inside of this logical SQL server. Okay. Inside of this logical SQL server. So hope you understand. Okay, so anything that you want to ask, any questions,
Yes,
feel free
yes,
to ask. Yeah,
yeah, it's okay.
yeah, you are with me, right, Malay? Hello.
Yes, yes, we may understand that. It's clear
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, yeah. So just do practice that. That is the only thing you'll get, hands on. Okay, you'll get confident. Okay, it is not, a big deal, not, thing too complicated here. Okay, so feel free to ask and do the practice. Okay, I'm just deleting the resource groups now. Okay, because of it is every time it is going to do the cost. Okay, so
Correct.
let me delete. If it is in free time, we can leave let them do. Otherwise, completion of this course itself, it is going to charge around 5 to 6 thousand altogether. If we are going to
Yeah,
deploy networking, storage, and all, it is going to charge heavily. Okay, no problem. Let's see. Let it delete. Then we'll go for the second option. So next upcoming classes, what we are going to do, just we this code, which we are going to keep in Azure DevOps and okay. So from there, we are going to do some pipelines, CD, CI/CD process. Okay, but not that extensively in depth, which is related to database. So slightly we are going to touch base, but you will get hands free on DevOps process as well. Okay, it's done. One more resource group that I need to delete. Okay, what is that? Oh, resource group means I think it got deleted all. Okay, so nothing now. Okay, that's fine. No issue. Now, part of this use case too, what we are going to do, first we are going to deploy the logical SQL Server instance. Okay, logical SQL Server instance. So this singleton database is, content database related. Okay, first database server we can deploy. Okay, just take this database server and just click on create. Okay, so only which is going to deploy the logical SQL server. See, create a database server, not a database. Okay, so SQL database server is a logical container managing of the database. Elastic pool. Okay, elastic pool we'll discuss, tomorrow session. Okay, so now what I'm going to do. Okay, so we don't have any resource groups here. See, there is no resource groups at all. So let's on file you can create. Okay, so SQL demo. Okay, just rejoin. Malaya. Okay, so this is SQL demo RG1 and provide your server name. Azure SQL. Okay, SRV 2024. Okay, this is my server name, and just keep it into East US region, or you can even you can put this um, India also. Okay, so you can deploy South India. It is a Chennai region. This is going to locate, South India, Chennai region. Okay, so let's keep this one.